What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Reality Radio Podcast with Whitney and Stefan. We're happy to be back with Andrew. Say what's up, Andrew.
Glad to be back. Thanks for having me, guys. Sorry I missed.
Yeah,
Sorry I missed the intense challenge talk.
it's
I
all
bet
good.
definitely.
Glad to have you here. We're here to talk about Survivor. This season has been getting heated up, worlds apart. Before we get to the episode, you can follow us on Twitter at Reality Radio Pod, and our blog is talkingrealitytv.blogspot.com. Andrew, your Twitter account, want to get that out?
At CC McCurk, the blog bigtimerealitytv.blogspot.com.
All right, nice, nice,
Just did a post yesterday, so check that out.
definitely. All right, so this is the last episode of Survivor. It was a double episode.
Double up, yeah.
Yeah. So we saw who got eliminated in the first episode.
First episode was pretty much like the blue collar episode.
Who got eliminated though?
Lindsay.
Oh, the girl, Lindsay with the tattoos.
With the Mike Tyson tattoo.
Yeah.
Was it just
No
me?
surprise.
That was
there.
amazing.
I didn't notice that until.
And then the second episode was the merge, but I guess we can talk about the first one. But Andrew, did you want to talk about last week's episode, the week before that?
Yeah, there was only like two things that really happened. Nina got voted out.
The Nina, yeah.
We pretty much knew that was going to happen. She just wasn't cut out for the game. And then, funny moment, Dan calling Rodney's mama whore. That was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
wasn't surprised when Nina
I've
did
seen
eliminate.
a reality star as insane as Dan is.
Yeah. But the thing is that even just on this show, he's not. Have you seen Russell Hantz play? That guy is absolutely insane.
I watched them. But the thing is, you never.
Dan is just like, and I feel like Rodney's insane, more insane than Dan is. Rodney is like intense. He's gotten in a who the heck? Is it
It looks
Adam?
like we have a viewer.
Adam,
here.
what's up, bro?
Adam.
Hello.
First time ever.
I think I clicked the wrong link. I'm gonna.
Are you here to talk about Survivor? Depends.
Oh, no, I definitely.
Do you watch
clicked the wrong link.
Survivor? No?
Oh, you
Okay.
clicked the wrong one.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace out, Adam. Thanks for the cameo.
That was weird.
He's like, I clicked the wrong
But
one.
the difference between Dan and Russell is Russell made some of the moves he did were strategic. I don't think
Right.
I don't think he ever called anybody's mama whore.
No. The thing is that Dan is just really he's getting overshadowed by Rodney. It seems like Dan could easily be like that guy who you hate. He kind of started out that way, but now Rodney's getting heated up. Who we all thought was like, this guy's gonna go far. He's playing a great game, but now he's running
He
his
almost got
mouth. He's gotten in
eliminated,
fights with everyone on the tribe so far. He's gotten in fights with Sierra and Lindsay, Mike, Dan. I'm not sure about Kelly, but he's gotten in a fight with almost everyone on the tribe now.
Isn't it amazing that the blue collar tribes didn't lose till this past episode? Because I mean, they're the one. I mean, we see the no collar tribe. They really don't get into any arguments at all. White collar had a little argument in the beginning, and now they're fine.
Yeah.
They were fine. They were fine.
They're a strong tribe.
Well, blue collar. It's now. It seems like it has like a younger, more athletic tribe. With even the girls, it's Sierra, Lindsay, and Kelly are really athletic, and well, at least they appear to be. And then it's like Mike and Rodney.
Yeah.
And even Dan, we all thought just because he's a big guy, but he proved in that one swimming challenge that he's a competitor. So
Yeah.
they have a tight
a lot
spot.
more Dan too.
What'd you say?
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of Dan. I don't think he's going anytime soon.
I like the blue collar tribe. So I'm really like, ever since that tribe swap, I'm just kind of thrown off now because even though most of them stay together, so it kind of makes sense.
Comment about Lindsay though. Did you guys know that she had the face tattoo till this episode? Because I had no clue.
How can you not know?
I noticed it, but I didn't really care about it until Rodney pointed it out. I was like, oh yeah.
Like I had a hard time. I had a
Well,
hard time knowing who's who between the blue collar girls. That was like the hardest thing.
I didn't know Kelly. I didn't know Kelly until this last episode. I
so she
knew
got a
Lindsay.
scar. Now
Yeah.
we'll always forever know who she is. Let's start with let's just jump into Lindsay and Rodney. Their whole issue with the women discussion and how I guess Rodney's point was how women should carry themselves, to a higher standard. And I feel like Lindsay took that in a way. It's like, because Rodney put an example out there. He's like, you know what, a guy can go out and, hook up with whoever he wants and it not be a big deal. But when a woman, she can't do that because women should hold themselves to a higher standard. And just making those typical type of statements, which rubbed Lindsay the wrong way. So what do you guys take on, what's your take on that little discussion back and forth? Like, do you think Lindsay overreacted to his comments, or do you think that, Rodney needs to tone it down?
What I want to know is, how did this conversation start?
Well, they're on an island. The conversations like
they
this
have nothing
start
else to
all
do.
the time. They have nothing else to do but talk about each other, talk to each other, and random conversations
Very
happen
dramatic.
often on these type of shows. Big Brother, The Challenge, Survivor, because you're doing nothing but sitting around the house waiting for something to do, waiting for the host of the show to say, hey, now do something. So we've seen this all the time on these shows where they just start talking about random stuff and getting these petty fights.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid.
That's what it was.
They're
It was just
bored,
petty.
really.
A petty fight. Yeah.
It is extremely annoying. I think Lindsay did overreact a little bit, but I think maybe the reason that she overreacted, and I'm not sure if she has kids or not, but maybe she did that because that was the mom, and she's like, no, you shouldn't say that about me. You shouldn't say that about me.
What did you say?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I think she did overreact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like she overreacted too, but they were both like annoying. So if I was on that tribe, I would have like walked away from them both. Like, I felt like
I couldn't believe how good of a position Mike was in. Because for episodes 2 and 3, I thought he was in the worst position on that tribe.
Well, that's because
so much drama between primates. But now
the merge though put him in a bad spot.
Well, if you look at the Blue Tribe, the Blue Tribe is a bunch of hotheads. They're a bunch of people who loves to run their mouth. So with Dan and Rodney, I feel like Mike is definitely being overshadowed because they give the women stuff to hate them every single day, whereas Mike had that one little argument over, over like, and I don't think that was petty, but it was like over, was it cleaning or working or whatever. Whereas Rodney and Dan, they get in stupid fights all the time. So I feel like he wasn't put in a bad position. He just had one moment. And like I said, Rodney has been in fights with everyone on the team so far. So he's good. And we found out this episode that he has an alliance with Kelly, which is interesting to see because they were put in a position where they were in a bigger alliance with Dan and Rodney. So it was them four, and then it was the girls, the Sierra and Lindsay. So, and it seemed to come down between Rodney and Lindsay with Tribal for that episode. So Mike and
whoa! See, remember it was triple. I think it was like,
and I was talking about
it came down to 3, but then it came down to Rodney and
I was talking about this
because Sierra got votes too.
With Whitney stuff.
Well, Sierra got. Well, what were you gonna say, Andrew?
I was gonna say, Stefan, I was talking about this with Whitney before we went live. Was this a blindside? It was more of a blindside on Sierra's part because as far as that it was playing,
she wasn't getting votes.
As far as that it was playing, we knew Rodney was getting votes, and we knew Lindsay was getting.
Yeah, I didn't know Sierra at all. I was shocked by that.
Sierra was
trying to play with people's minds. I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
What was the reason? Something with the idol.
It was
No,
Wait, didn't someone find the idol too? That's Jen. Jen. Jen.
Making my winner pick look even better.
Yeah, Jen.
On no
She's good.
color.
Yeah.
Well, why I said it seemed like it was between two because the editing, as you said, Stefan, was definitely Rodney versus Lindsay. That's how they pitted up.
Hmm.
With Sierra getting votes, I looked at that. It wasn't a shock to me. I
I
was
was.
shocked that Rodney wasn't voted out, honestly, because like I said, he got
Yeah.
votes. I mean, he got in fights to every single person on the tribe. But and I was surprised that Mike and Kelly decided to stick by him after
Yeah.
admitting to each other that they don't trust him at all.
True.
So
They probably figured
that's
they
what I
need to
was
keep
shocked
this
with.
tribe
But
strong. That's what my
Yeah,
reason
because
was.
they didn't know that the next episode was gonna be a tribe swap. So I mean, they were
Yeah, they
thinking
probably wanted to keep the tribe strong. That's
we
all.
need to keep the
That's
three
why
guys.
Lindsay went.
We
right,
saw what happened with the no collar tribe.
And
Them
didn't
getting
someone get injured?
that affected in the next episode.
well with
At the reward challenge, yeah, Kelly.
She got injured, right?
That was
mhm.
amazing.
Yeah.
They did the blindfold challenge. They did.
Is there a reason why Rodney and Mike didn't play in that reward challenge?
Because you only needed
They
one
wanted to save
person
their
to call
energy or
out.
something?
No, you only need one person to holler, and this was a challenge where you probably want to use smaller people to easier to maneuver around things, and the girls are probably better listeners.
I thought
And
the guys were just trying to save their energy for the actual challenge. Well,
I
I
thought
don't think they were trying
that
to
makes
save
sense.
their energy. I just think that it was a strategic move. It's like you know what the challenge is. The challenge is a blindfold. You don't need strength. You don't need
Yeah, but you
endurance
send
like that.
Lindsay and Kelly to do the work.
Yeah, because it's if you look at the challenge, it's
I'm only,
blindfolding and you're listening.
but
Why
didn't
would
they
the
lose?
two guys who are
you can't sit. I don't know. I don't know if how they do it with challenges, but I know for the most part when they do like a lot of challenges, you can't. Jeff always says you can't sit the same people out 2 challenges in a row.
Yeah. I'm just playing
true too.
devil's advocate. That's all.
But yeah, Kelly's injury was pretty intense. Like I was hoping she would go to the game because it's only episode 4, and I don't want to see.
Well, they made a point to because you always heard Jeff, saying like, guys, be careful with dropping the little raft thing, because all the teams seem to be doing it. They all seem to just be letting it go, because they're blindfolded. The people who are manhandling the rafts were blindfolded as well, so they're not. They probably didn't know how quickly or how kind of to maneuver it, which seems weird to me because it seems like if you just feel it with your hands, you'll know.
I've only seen blindfold challenges on Survivor, and it was this one and then Samoa when Russell Swan got passed out. Honestly, CBS takes big risks with these things, and I think after seeing this injury, I think they should just get rid of blindfold challenges because it's too risky.
No, you just have to. I mean, all these challenges are risky. I think if I were saying anything, I'd say get rid of the ocean challenges unless you are for sure that they're not shark infested waters, which they can't say for sure. I don't think. Or if there's nothing in there that can hurt the contestants, But Survivor is a risky thing. Just Survivor in itself is risky. Just being out on that island, as you see with later on the other episode, what's his name? Matt's got that foot injury. That looked serious to me. So it's like this show is just all about risk, and that's why I would never.
That was the biggest blindside ever. Would you guys agree? I know I'm jumping ahead. But that whole
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that was
and getting the
crazy.
immunity idol. I'm so happy about that.
Well, let's talk about the way she got the immunity idol. The no caller won the reward, which was chickens, a hen, and some eggs.
Oh yeah, that was a funny moment.
And it was so funny that watching the no caller tribe try to figure out how to cook the chickens, or they were trying they cut his head off and trying to defeather it, whatever you call it. So and Jen is a vegetarian.
Joe and Haley.
She is a vegetarian. She is like, I can't be around this. I don't want to see this. It's horrible. So she decided to leave and go just wander around in the woods, and she decided, why not look for an idol? Everyone is focusing on the chickens, so why not look for an idol? And that was perfect timing. That
Brilliant
was
game. Yeah,
brilliant.
that's a good
Like
game.
no one else is thinking
Brilliant.
anything. Like she has a perfect
I
reason
will
for not
say,
wanting to be there.
I wanted to become a vegetarian. The
The
way they were
best,
handling
the
it,
best
handling
line
That was horrible.
Dan said was "winner,
it
winner, chicken."
was.
That was great.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
I'm happy for her though.
I'm happy for it too. I actually love Jen this episode. This is the first time where I feel like okay, I may be rooting for her now because I really
Yeah,
liked her this episode.
yeah.
I
I'm
think
glad she
she,
But
found it.
that was a good moment to see her win the idol, and it's like it's almost like
I think
good
she's.
karma, good karma.
Yeah,
She didn't want to see the chicken get murdered and
yeah. So she went off.
tortured,
So.
so she got the idol as a reward of her good, just being a good, decent human being.
I think she's this season to what Baylor was last season, as a girl for all the male viewers to gawk over. So the
Was
I don't
longer
know
Baylor
who
that? I don't
Baylor
think
is.
Baylor was
more,
that. I think Kelly was that for last season, honestly. I don't think Baylor was
yeah, I'd say Kelly too, but Kelly didn't last as long as Baylor.
hit. Huh?
What were
Kelly,
you watching?
I was watching Love and Hip Hop, but you guys completely.
I'm like, what is
First
she
airing
watching
of
in
it,
the
I was
background?
babysitting, and then now you guys like, let's do this thing. I still didn't get to watch the full episode. Thanks, Stefan. That's all right.
Sorry.
would you say Jacqueline? Jacqueline is the Jen of the season.
Who?
Jacqueline. Jacqueline.
There isn't a
Jacqueline.
Jacqueline this season.
Jacqueline's a pretty girl. From last season.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah, they had a lot of pretty bland blondes that season. I can't even remember what they did.
Would you say?
The,
Would you say Jen is the Baylor or Jacqueline of last season as far as good looking?
what are you talking about, Andrew?
Nah, it doesn't matter.
I'm like, Andrew's going off.
It's just a sidetrack. But yeah,
Um,
Lindsay gets voted off.
Participate.
what'd you
I
say?
honestly, Lindsay gets the vote off. I honestly think it was the right move.
I think it was the right
I
move.
would have.
She
it was
seemed to
right
be the
move.
one to get the most agitated with the guys.
Yeah,
So
and
I
she's
feel
the
like that
weakest
was the right
player.
move for them.
So, yeah. I
Post
thought so.
practice.
My favorite moment from that episode was Rodney. He was said something like to Lindsay because she was talking about morals and things like that. And he was like, "Don't talk to me about morals when you're walking around with a Mike Tyson tattoo on your face." And that
You know,
was hilarious because I was agreeing with Lindsay a little bit, but then I was like, "Man, you're so right about that." She can't talk about nobody. She got that ugly tattoo on her face. That
that's
was
gonna be
horrible
really
decision.
Yeah.
Horrible
that's
judgment.
gonna be for sure.
It
They're
was
gonna
just
talk
horrible.
about the guarantee.
But yeah. So first episode, Lindsay gets voted off. I thought it was amazing. I was so scared for Rodney. I loved
Yeah.
him
Team Rodney.
since day one. So I'm so glad. And it's really interesting that him and Lindsay were the two that kind of met up in the first episode because she was the girl that he
Wasn't
told that story about his sister to.
That's right.
About the tattoo and everything. So it's interesting how that played out. That did not last at all. So moving on to the next episode.
Post tribal though, the way that my headphones because I can hear an echo.
What were you saying?
Oh, I said the way that Dan talked to Sierra was kind of whack. Like he was like,
What did he say? Oh, that was corny. About why she votes.
It was very corny. Like
Yeah, I would have just left it
he was
alone.
like, oh, you're weak in the challenges. You're this. You're that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucks for her that she had to stay with those three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because Dan
grown to like
Rodney
Sierra.
started saying some stuff too, and it's one of those things where they felt like this is how you know they're a strong alliance only because they're around similar, types of players, which are not good. I feel like Kelly's probably the best one on that tribe. So when you see Dan and Rodney going at Sierra like that, that's like, you don't know what's going to happen. You may need her later. You may want to, you may see value in her later. So why don't treat her like that? Just because right now, I feel like they were just living in the moment. They're like, right now we're strong. We know she's the next one out, so we can just treat her however we want now and don't have to pretend to be nice. But now it's like, you shouldn't do that ever on these types of shows because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you'll need or who you'll need to ditch at any moment in the game. So I feel like that was a horrible decision on their part. And it was bad to watch because she was just all there by herself and no one was coming to her defense. Everyone was just like,
yeah, it was kind
this
of
is
weird.
why you suck. This is why you're going home next. It's because we don't need you and all this stuff. And it wasn't fun to watch.
And then in actuality, the tribe swap actually was a blessing in disguise for her. I mean, it sucked and it was great for her because on that tribe, if they lose, which they're not going to, but if they do, I think Rodney is on the chopping block. Joaquin's on the chopping block. It's not Sierra.
It depends on how it plays out. You can't get caught up in I don't know. I feel like editors, they like to mislead you. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I feel like, first of all, I don't even think they're going to lose. I honestly
They're not
don't.
going to.
And I feel like the tribe of four, which is the blue tribe, I do feel like they need to stick together. Even though they may not trust Rodney fully, they need to stick together.
Does Sierra trust the three guys though? That's the question.
She doesn't.
So why not jump ship?
She could jump ship.
I think it would be a good move for her to jump to Joaquin, Tyler, and
Yeah, I was gonna say
guy Joe.
I think she would.
I think that'd be a great move.
Oh, that's actually interesting. I forgot Joe was on the other tribe. Yeah, because the numbers are right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that could be good for her. I totally forgot who was on the other tribe.
She's in a good spot. Sierra.
She's sitting good. We'll talk about both tribes. You want to just talk about them tribe by tribe?
Yeah, might as well.
Pretty much, it's all the guys in Sierra. That's
and all the
tribe.
girls and Matt and Will on the other tribe.
That was crazy.
That's an insane tribe swap. I mean, I've seen a couple seasons. I saw Nicaragua. The tribe swap there was pretty evenly. I just finished Cook Islands last night, and that tribe swap was pretty even, in my opinion. But this one,
I can't see the blue tribe losing a single challenge.
San Juan del Sur was
unless they decide to throw it, because there are some idiots on that tribe, so they could easily
if you want to throw it and get rid of it.
Overconfident. Yeah, I can see that.
I think the swap last season was pretty bad too, because obviously the blue tribe Hunapu or Koya, I think it was Hunapu, kept winning, but it wasn't as bad as this one.
This tribe swap is interesting.
It's so lopsided.
Not
because of the genders.
Alliance-wise, it is.
Alliance-wise, it's interesting. Not because of the who's strong and weak. Because on the majority female tribe, it was like a split 3-3, or at least an assumed 3 and 3 no callers, and then there was Kelly, who was the one blue collar, and that was a really fun situation to watch because Matt and Sharon were so confident that Carolyn would go with them and would be a part of their 3, and that they were trying to already pull Kelly to be a part of their 4. To create a 4. So that was interesting to watch that play out. And
I'm so happy Carolyn decided to swap her with her alliance. I'm glad she decided to ditch Max
at this point, it was a great move, but I feel like it's gonna screw her once the merge happens.
It could, but right now she still has the idol.
Right now she's sitting very pretty.
Yeah, she's sitting good, and she has the idol.
She has an idol. Her and Jen have an idol. So that's gonna be her and Jen have an idol. So that's gonna be interesting.
We never.
Is Stefan breaking up
Are
in
there
you, Wes?
any other idols on that island, on No Color Island, or did Jin have the only one?
There's not one on blue. There's not one on blue collar.
There's not one over there. Okay, so
No, so there's probably. Have they done 3 idols like past few seasons? I know they did 3 for last season. Because I know John had one at one time. Both Johns actually had one. And John Mish, he used his, one of his. Keith used one, and then Natalie used one. Have they been doing that a lot, like the past few seasons?
I don't know. Well, there were 3. There were 3 islands. I mean, there were 3 like tribes. So each one had their own idol. So if the white collar, who was Carolyn, she found the one on the white collar beach. So that puts 2 over there. But if no one found the one on the blue collar beach, that puts the 3rd one in play. So it makes sense because with 3 tribes, you need to have. 3,
I would like to see if I could pick somebody to get it, I would hope Tyler would get it.
I won't walk him. I need him to get it because he could be in a good spot if Sierra is serious about joining those 3. But I need him to get it because he's my boy and I can't lose him. He's my number 1.
I'm proud of you. You actually said his name right. It took you 2 recaps, but
it took me a minute. I still can't spell it though. It took me a minute.
The only reason why I knew how to say Joaquin is because I have a guy in one of my classes that named Joaquin.
But yeah, that was an interesting setup. And another early alliance that looked strong, it got broken up because Carolyn was aligned with Max and Shirin the very first episode. You guys remember that 3-person alliance on White Collar?
It was more like she was aligned with Tyler and Max and Shirin were just there. That's how I feel.
No, she actually went to Max, and we actually saw her go to Max and Shirin, and they were like a thing. And Tyler was the one on the outside looking in, but she told him about the idol, which was very weird. So that's interesting that she decided that she doesn't want anything to do with Max and Shirin, which is very understandable after they did that annoying count, like what I thought was hilarious. Like they were just both talking. They were just talking about who's like more annoying. Either Max or Shirin, and I was very surprised that they thought Max was
the most
annoying because Shirin
they're both terrible.
And like physically, you would have thought that they would get rid of Shireen and not before Max, but we'll see how it goes.
And maybe he's just really annoying.
Yeah,
like both of them the whole season have been terrible. Like
he had his feet in the water that they drink.
Which
they drink
wasn't his fault because which girl brought that over to him and said, "Hey, put your feet in this hot boiling water. This will help heal them."
One of the blondes.
It was one. It wasn't Shirin. No, I don't think it was a Shirin. It was one of the other girl.
It was one of the blondes on No Collar.
Yeah, so that was interesting that he took all the blame for that when someone told him this is what to do.
Talking.
God, he's coming so in and out.
What did you say,
lifeguard?
Yeah.
It was
the lifeguard. Yeah.
So that's interesting. He took most of the blame.
She's a lifeguard? Hello.
So that was
personally, if I was on that tribe,
Will survived, even though he's not. He's one of my favorites, but he slipped away with that one.
Will's in a good position right now. I mean, if he just stick with the 2 of them, and I feel like in the merge, I was listening to. I'm a big fan of Rob Ciccinino's podcast, and one of his voicemails was like, "Oh, Will should be in a pretty good position. He could go as far as Final 5 because a lot of the guys on the blue team, and I was telling you this way, are going to be like, oh, so-and-so's the threat, Tyler's the threat, Joaquin's the threat, and they're going to try to get each other out. I feel like he's going to be like Missy from last season. They're not going to find him as a threat, and then they might keep him until the end.
My thing with that is that the tribe he's on now is most likely going to lose all these missions. So I can see the girls ganging up and saying, "Hey, we want to
I
be
hope not.
strong as women when we go into this merge. So let's get out this one guy on our tribe, and then that way, hopefully, if the merge happens soon enough,
If
they
that
can be
does,
strong. They can grab Sierra, and then they can be like pretty deep.
it'd be like a
So,
battle of the sex. It'd be like a battle of the sexes, which I know they've done a couple times on Survivor. I believe they did it with a Rob season, as well as wasn't it One World?
that wasn't Battle of the Sexes, something, was it? I think it just ended up being a Battle of the Sexes.
So I mean,
Because
if your theory is right, with and they do vote out Will next, which I mean, I don't think would be a bad move if they did. I don't think they will because
I
Shireen's
don't
more
think,
annoying.
yeah,
But if they did that, it'd be a fun merge to watch.
it would be it would be a really fun merge. And then a couple of the guys would probably want to go over there with the girls' side because they want to get the stronger guys out. So that could really happen. I can see that happening.
Yeah.
So let's move over to the other tribe. Talk about them because that's another interesting situation because I totally forgot that Joe was on that tribe as well. And so it puts, like you said, it puts Sierra in an amazing position. It's like who was it from last season who was on the bottom of his tribe? But was it John? I think it was.
It was John.
John, who was on the bottom, is the next one to be voted out. But then the merge happened, and he merged up with his girlfriend, and they ended up being in this really strong position. Whereas someone like Jeremy and Natalie, who are at the top, ended up to be at the bottom. So the merge is always, or tribe swaps are always interesting to see. And that's what happened this season.
I feel like Joe was in the same position as Keith. Because Joe is the only one from his thing, and Keith, when he got in the tribe swap, was in with like I think it was with 3 other pairs, if I'm not mistaken.
But I feel like Keith, Sierra is more of in the same position as Keith because remember, right before the tribe swap, Keith had issues with his tribe, and then he ended up being he had issues with his other tribe. And then he ended up being in this position to where good position on where he can choose like now, I don't like my people over here, so let me just go and join these guys so that way when we merge I can I don't have to depend on my tribe who I didn't like, who I didn't trust.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really interesting to see how Sierra plays this because I don't know, we'll really see what type of gamer she is to see how this plays out. Because I don't see her going back to the blue tribe at all. I really don't. Those guys, the way Dan and Rodney were talking to her, that would surprise me.
I don't blame her. I feel like if she wanted to, she could go far with Tyler or somebody. Well, I don't know. I feel like Joe has too many allies to want to add one more. And and if she would go with on Joe's side, she'd be the first one out between. We lost Stefan. She'd be the first one out with in Joe's group. So
with
I think
Jen and Haley.
Mm-hmm. I think if she went with Tyler and Carolyn, I think they could go far.
If we'll see who's left at the merge because it'll be interesting to see who's left at the merge because I really don't see the blue tribe losing. So I hope that I'm wrong because I hate that when you see one team just losing the entire time. So I hope that.
I know on the San Juan del Sur we lost. The Orange Tribe lost both times. Was Cagayan the same thing or no?
What tribe? What are you talking about?
Survivor 28, Spencer and Tony season.
I didn't watch that one.
No.
I stopped watching that one early on when who was it? The big was it Al? Was a former basketball player.
Uncle Cliffy.
Cliffy or whatever his name was.
I
liked
Cliffy.
him and that girl with the weird hair, that the Cara Maria lookalike. I liked them, and they were like the next two out. So I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. So I stopped watching that season. So we want to get to the second blind side. I guess it was the blind side. I don't even know. They seem really confident, so I'm gonna go with it as a blind side.
I just
It was a blind
want
side.
to say, and I want to ask you guys a question. Being a super fan in Survivor, it seems like it kills. It seems like it's a curse. How come it isn't a curse to be a super fan for Big Brother?
It's not a curse. It's the way you use it. Yeah, they seem like that because remember, I think Spencer last season was a super fan and he used it differently.
And so
And
was
there's a lot of
Cochran.
more super fans this season.
Cochran, and he won.
Yeah.
You guys remember Cochran?
Yeah.
I watched
Fan
Fans versus Favorites.
season.
That
Yeah.
was a great season. That was a great season.
Yeah, it
So
was.
it's like when you're like Max and Sharon, who seem to just be talking about facts all the time or things that happen and how much they love the show and who loved it more. That's annoying. If you a super fan uses it to their advantage,
like Ian Terry did on Big Brother, for example.
Right. That's okay. But if you're someone like this who's just annoying, I feel like they're just probably annoying people who just happen to be super fans.
When he did what Malcolm did. Go ahead, Stefan. We can't hear you, bro.
Like a drunk robot. What are you trying to say, Stefan?
Oh, no worry.
He looks so sad in his little
refresh your page. There. Refresh your page, bud.
Try refreshing your page.
I was just gonna say when Max did the thing that Malcolm did on a Fans vs. Favorites, the hold up, bro. I couldn't stop laughing. That was so hilarious.
Oh, that was.
He was like, Jeff, hold up, bro.
I hated that. That was so annoyed by that.
I always wanted to do that. You know, Malcolm was smiling from ear to ear after he did that.
Stop with the. I can't stand when people do that. When they fake they have an idol. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Just to make people.
Like, no, he didn't fake he had an idol. He just wanted to do that. He was like, hold up, bro.
Yeah, no. I know, but he did it at the point where it's like, if you have an idol, please, or something like that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think if he gets asked back to do another season, I think he could go far. But the way that he used his super fandom, if that's even a word, the way that he used it was in the wrong way. I mean, him mentioning, oh, this is like a Survivor tribe swap in Survivor One World.
Yeah, it's like no one cares. I like how Jen was just like, yeah. He was listening out, the signs, like those signs of people who won. Like I forgot what he said. Like Sagittarius are the most Survivor winners, or something like that. And I'm like,
who cares?
Like why? Why, Max? Why does that matter to you? So that was just.
I think once people figure it out, like at the end of the season, when are even watching this now, that he actually taught a class in Survivor, the castmates are probably like, oh, it makes sense,
Yeah, Stefan, what were you trying to say before you cut out on us?
What was I saying?
You're saying annoying.
No, because everything was breaking up, so I had to exit out.
Okay. Well, you're good now.
I didn't even hear the conversation because you guys were going in and out.
Hey, Stefan, how hilarious was it when Max did the whole Malcolm move, being like, Jeff, hold up, bro.
Oh yeah, that was pretty pathetic.
No, it was great. It was hilarious.
I thought it was. I didn't think it was funny.
I think he'll get called back to do another one. I think he was memorable enough to get called back to do another season.
Maybe.
I think what in that tribal, what was more funny to me was when Sharon was like, he said something to Jeff, and she was like, "Wait, why are you looking like that?" And Jeff was just like,
maybe the
my face.
Maybe the Botox isn't working.
He looks so annoyed. Even he's annoyed with those two, and he probably is wanting them to go. was so they're just like weird people. I feel like who just happen to be super fans.
You know, I know this will never happen, but what if, say, for one season, TJ, Lavin, and Jeff Probst switch positions?
Please don't.
I'm just saying that'd be kind of an interesting project.
No.
I don't know.
Jeff would be so biased.
He'd be like, White Collar. TJ would be like, White Collar, you guys killed it today.
TJ, yeah, TJ, you guys killed it. That's all he knows.
We'll see you guys again. Instead of your tribe of spoken, we'll see you again soon.
Right. Gosh, any more moments that I'm missing? Can't think of anything else off the top of my dome.
It was Will's birthday on the first one.
It was Will's birthday on the first one. He got some
40,
chickens on the first one.
42. He got some fried chicken.
Some fried chicken.
I like him. I know he's I have a good feeling he's not going to win, but I just want to see him around more because he's a good energy to the show.
See, really I just like I feel like all the no callers are good energies to the show.
They
like,
really are.
Like I can't even if I was against the Joe Jen Haley alliance. It's like they still seem like nice people, and I like them as personalities. So,
which makes it easy for them because the white collars are going to go after each other, and so are the blue collars.
That's true. They have like the most laid back. Obviously, they're the no collars. They have the most like laid back personalities, whereas blue collars and no collars were like fighting all the time and just couldn't stand each other. So it makes me like the no collar people a lot more now that they're mixed in with the others, because the others you can really tell that they're just gonna be fighting constantly. So I think that's pretty much.
I'm gonna change. You know how we did our predictions week one? I'm gonna change one of them. I'm gonna switch Rodney out, and I'm gonna put Tyler in his place.
You can't change mid. Now you see Rodney's causing a mess. Now you want to change?
I don't remember
Carolyn.
Carolyn
is
prediction.
gonna be
That's your prediction?
I predicted first episode that Carolyn is gonna, and I feel like she's still looking good. So I'm
thinking Joe.
The thing with Joe's
team Ronnie, but Joe right now he's looking. I feel like he's in a good spot.
I'm not gonna sleep on Joaquin. I think
Joaquin too. Yeah,
he's gonna be.
I want my girl Jen.
I like Jen now, so I would be fine with that too.
I've always liked Jen.
Yeah, those are my three favorites: Joe, Jen, and Joaquin.
So those are good predictions from us. I think Rodney's got cut to the list. Rodney got cut.
I don't know. I think he'll still be all right.
Oh, and Sierra. I'm secretly rooting for Sierra.
Sierra's in a good spot.
Yeah.
So.
And she's not bad physically.
So those are our predictions. I think
she's all right. She's all right, Stefan. I think Jan and Haley are a lot better looking than Sierra.
Oh, I'm talking about competition wise. She's not bad.
I thought you were saying
pretty too. Again, Haley. I think Haley's the prettiest.
I can't picture what Haley looks like right now. I can't.
Like she's too similar looking to Jen.
So I think that
but her personality sucks.
Haley?
Yeah.
What is her personality, Stefan?
I don't know. She just the way she talks about people, she goes in a little too hard.
Really?
A little too harsh. Yeah. You didn't see her in the last episode?
Didn't she say
she was the one talking about Max. Yeah. She was
don't be annoying. Two.
But she's still
don't be weird or something like that.
Yeah. Yes, I remember her now. I remember her now. Yeah, I remember her now.
She was a little too harsh. I was like, whoa.
Stream's out next week, though?
For sure. If the red tribe loses, she's out.
All right, so if the blue tribe loses, who do you think is going out?
It's going to be a guy for sure.
Rodney.
I'm going to go with Mike. Because didn't we see Ronnie and Joaquin make an alliance? I think they're going to stick together.
I'm going to go with Dan.
Nah, Dan staying.
I think even though I'm not predicting it, I feel like if Dan gets to the merge, people are gonna be like, oh, this guy's pissed off a ton of people. He's not gonna get any jury votes.
The reason I said Dan is because if what you said comes to truth, and Sierra goes with the other guys, I feel like Dan or Rodney would be one of the first to go, but more so Dan because Joaquin would want to save Rodney, and but Dan hated on Sierra.
Yeah, but would
before,
Joaquin
so
save Mike?
Joaquin, bud. Joaquin.
Joaquin.
Whitney's got it. You almost have it. You almost have it.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Would Mike go first or would Dan go first?
Dan, because Dan's the one who yelled at Sierra.
We'll see.
Dan was the one who caused the most drama. That's why I think it's gonna be him.
See. But is Rodney and Mike close? Who's Rodney is gonna want to get out first?
I don't think Rodney has gotten into arguments with Mike.
No,
he's gotten into one, but he said that they were
the whole work ethic.
Yeah, but he said they were cool again. Remember,
that was probably brushed under the rug.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to find out.
My thing is, I don't think Rodney's gonna have a say because it's gonna be Sierra. If this works out, it would be Sierra, Tyler, Joaquin, and Joe, which is 4 against the 3. So Rodney wouldn't even have a say. Yeah. So that's why I think it may be Dan because
it could be Dan. Yeah.
Dan or Rodney though. I don't think Mike's in trouble because
I don't think Rodney's in trouble.
From a strategic standpoint, if they want to get rid of their weakest link, I'd get rid of Dan.
Yeah, I would get rid of Dan too.
But if they want to get rid of a threat, I'd get rid of Rodney.
That's what it may come down to. But Mike may be a threat politically, socially though. So would you get rid of the more physical threat, or the more threat to where I can see this guy actually winning the game?
Either way,
it's going to be between Dan and Mike.
You think so?
If it's Mike, I'll see #blindside underneath the screen. If it's Dan, I won't.
Watch it be something random and Sierra goes. Watch you all be wrong.
Unless she finds the idol.
Unless she finds an idol.
Yeah.
Someone has to find it.
No one on the tribe has it, I don't think.
No one has an idol yet. The Blue Tribe did not go looking for their idol.
No.
So yeah, that's our discussion. Got our predictions in. And I think that's about it. So we can just thank everyone for tuning in.
Should be a boring episode Wednesday if what we predict comes true. It should be a very boring.
It's going to be a very boring episode unless some drama happens, which could. But
these episodes are great though.
Unless she finds an idol. Sure.
It made up for Nina's departure so much.
Yeah, these 2 episodes are really intense. So, but I'm hoping that we're wrong, and I hope the Blue Tribe lose just so we can see more crap go on.
Make it interesting.
Yeah. So
yeah, it would be very interesting.
We're kind of rooting for you, Sharon, just because for entertainment purposes.
I'm not.
I'm over her.
Hate that woman. I wish she would have went home first, and so would have still been on the show.
Yes. Yeah.
I miss So.
She would have been interesting.
Oh yeah, I like So. Yeah.
She would have been interesting.
So what? All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us, Andrew. It was great chatting with you. Tune in to Survivor every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And see what else happens. And tune in to our show every. We're gonna try
every day. We're gonna be on every day.
Every day. We're gonna try to set a date for this thing. Thanks for tuning in. Follow us at Reality Radio Pod, talkingrealitytv.blogspot.com, and just keep talking with us, live tweet with us, and thanks for joining us. Peace.